Do you think? Oh, yep. Do you think the actresses cringe at their lines? I pretty much cringe at all my lines I say, but I laugh and giggle my way through it because that's what I do. I'm a professional. Look at me go, Dad. Um, do you
Do you say
cringe?
so?
Do you cringe or like at any of your lines?
Well, no, because I am the talent and I clearly have a sizable ego, so I think all of my lines are fantastic. No, I mean, no, I'm not going to say anything I find embarrassing. So that's how I go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So will I just get into this now? Will I get into this? So yeah, do you think the actors and actresses cringe at their lines? Miss Colin Priya, bad girl. Ooh, ooh, that definitely is up there.
That one was a bit of an odd line. Just yeah. I don't usually cringe at lines. I find some of the cringe lines funny. Like one of the lines that buckled me to no end was Avani's introduction saying, "I've got daddy issues, and you look like Pablo." I was gonna say Pablo Picasso. You look like and you're giving me Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar. Isn't he the criminal? Who's the fucking guy?
Pedro.
Pedro Pascal.
Fucking
Oh.
Pablo. I knew who it was. I wanted to see you fucking fail. I knew who it was. I sandbagged you for that purpose. I was just,
Pedro, you're giving me. I've got daddy issues, and you're giving Pedro Pascal vibes.
I fucking said Pedro. I knew.
Fucking Pablo Picasso.
I,
Fucking
I
hell.
fucking love him, Pablo
Is that
Pascal.
even his name?
What? You know, it's Pablo
Picasso.
Pascal. Pablo's
Pe-
name is Pablo Escobar. Pedro's is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just mentioned the fucking famous Spanish painter and famous Colombian drug lord.
Oh fucking! I'm laughing so much my monitor is shaking.
Oh, fucking hell.
Um, my favorite fucking.
Do you have a cringe at your lines? I do, right now. No, it's fine. It's funny.
um, yeah, Nish called pretty a bad girl. Ooh. Do you think he sat down with his wife last night to watch that episode and said, "I'm so sorry for kissing the, for, sorry not for the kissing you're about to see, but for what I'm about to say because I would give, because if I would, if I were Navin's wife, God I wish I'd be winding him up about for weeks. Didn't take the bins out. Who's been a bad girl? But he leaves the toilet seat up. Who's been a bad girl? You have. But there's so many lines that physically make me cringe. The actors and actresses surely got to do a few takes to get their over the giggling. Isn't the one with fucking Stevie Mitchell where he's like, I'll show you my elephant, but I can't. Like he show,
Yeah.
and he goes to whip out his knob, and then you can see Steve McFadden trying to stay in character, but he's buckled.
Everyone's just buckling themselves. I mean, as I obviously I'm not a very good actor, me. I blame the tism, but I'm also just not very convincing at the best of times. I still struggle to come across as a normal human. So, some would say I've had a lot of ground to cover. And there was one time we had to record this fake news interview for I was obviously a media studies student because of course I was. Um, and so we had to record this like news interview, and it was me with my best mate, with one of my best mates at the time, Stan, and we just buckled each other to no end. Like fucking anything would be funny. So, and we're having to do this interview, and each time you just do a different accent and a different stupid voice. And then by the end, I'd be buckled, laughing my ass off. And we had like his girlfriend and my situationship at the time were there, and we were there for like 6 hours, just giggling, just corpsing through all of it. So yeah, it's a hard thing to have to deliver lines. There's a reason why they're professionals, but the giggles are still fantastic.
I mean,
Do they cringe at their lines? Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's very hard to like. I can probably be serious in an acting scene. I could try, but you're not gonna buckle me when I'm trying to be in character, unless it's Ash doing his little honking noise. Because no matter what, my father could just die, but if he just turns around and goes, "Your father's dead," huh? Whatever that honking noise is, I've like,
Huh?
well, can you do that? I'll say, "Oh, my father's dead." You do the honk. Oh, Ash, my father
No,
died.
we don't need. No.
Yeah, that's what it'd be like. It would laugh. It would make me laugh. But and it's just that fucking little honking, that fucking honking noise always buckles me. To no end for some reason.
Like, obviously, you're supposed to be holding it together, but also sometimes you just get the giggles.
Yeah, exactly.
I always used to get the giggles when I was out eating my Christmas dinner. So because it would just, I don't know if it was my natural reaction to just feeling awkward because we're not very good, not very good at talking to each other as a family. And we're all just there to eat the food anyway. So I just burst out with uncontrollable laughter for like fucking 2 minutes straight. It's a great time.
So yeah, I will get into the Reddit. Oh shit, wrong one. I'm sure if Annie's actor must cringe at the lines they give her. Most of the younger cast must. Oh yeah, I think especially the younger cast going through puberty while having to be cringe. Nah, get the mad gains, bro. Oh sorry, get the mad gains, bro.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Varney's. I think the actress who plays Varney is 24, so she's having to first play like a roadman teen who's like supposed to be like, I don't know, like 13, 14 or whatever the fuck. Anna's supposed to deliver all these ridiculous lines that, you know, teens would say. Like, I get that everybody cringes at teenagers, but I feel like a lot of the cringe comes from the fact that you remember what it's like to be a teenager, and you're like, or you don't, and you go, I would never have said that as a teenager. Then you pull up a clip, and it's like you like rapping Eminem at like the 4th grade fucking like talent show. Like, I feel like everybody has to realize that. Yeah, we all say cringy shit.
It's the one reason why I don't listen to Nirvana anymore. I had my emo phase where I wanted to kill myself, and Nirvana was there, so I'm like, oh. Nirvana's certainly
that doesn't hit the same anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Does it?
No. You listen to, I can't say the song that I like from Nirvana because I will get called out, but you listen to Diddle Me and it doesn't hit the same anymore. You listen to Smells Like Teen Spirit and you're like, oh, with the lights out, I wish I ended myself. But still.
Hypothetically, in a video game in Minecraft,
of course.
Yeah. Well, serious talk. Have to get in there before YouTube, when we eventually get monetized, demonetizes everything.
So yeah, it's so funny. There has to be like stuff you don't go back and watch because of your younger self. Like everyone.
Oh yeah.
There must be a movie or a TV show that you're like, I can't watch it just simply because my younger self is addicted and would laugh at all this stupid shit.
Yeah, I tend to kind of embrace a lot of the stuff I enjoyed as a kid, but you know, and usually all the ones that I don't want to look back on have just been fucking Men in Black wiped from my brain. Just like nah, don't do that.
Yeah,
but it's I think obviously actors will, but they're professionals, so it's their job to deliver it convincingly. I guess the difference is, you know, that you aren't saying this line; you're saying this line as a character. You would probably never say it in your real life, anyways.
Well, maybe if you're 15, you might.
Yeah, but you know,
but I'm just imagining other characters saying those lines. Like, imagine get them mad gains, bro, but it's not said by Denzel; it's said by Phil or Stevie.
I was just waiting for the scene with Denzel and Howie, where he's like, "At least I'm not a beta male." I'm like, "Oh, fuck off! Get that Sigma grind set, bruv. Skibbity." And starts like flushing his head down a toilet. Skibbity toilet. But then I'm also beyond that stage where I believe that all things said by children are cringy, because, and this isn't even about the video, but like, so from what I can tell, obviously we were recording it. We do all the bulk videos on Monday, and we like to we like to bulk record it so we can spend the rest of the days doing whatever the fuck else we do, doing other videos. Now, seemingly in the Monday episode, Amy Mitchell stands up for herself against Denzel, if I had to imagine. And she's been called out for having an ego. She's been called out for being a massive bitch and a fucking bully. And like she stood up for herself after she got dumped for no reason and he stopped prioritizing her. I just think she's just being a little bitch. I do think that the internet is fundamentally, they both hate women and hate teenage girls. Like, maybe a bit of a bold statement, but it's like, a guy does it and then they're like, oh yeah, he fucking stood up for himself, the fucking bitch, hate that cow. But a woman does it and it's like, oh, why is she getting lippy? Well, she did just get fucking dumped, didn't she? Like, she's allowed to have a fucking take on it, for fuck's sake.
I'm waiting for the inevitable comment. Women belong in the kitchen, not opinions. It's like, okay, Grandad, sit back in your chair. Sit back in your chair, Grandad. Had one too many whiskies. It's time you go back to your chair. But it's funny because obviously we think of Reddit differently because we're obviously talking about it right now.
Well, we talk about it like fucking for about 3 hours a day, once a week. It's obviously gonna rub us down.
But I don't like. Obviously, I like imagining that it's some internet troll. Like, but I like to imagine it's some 70-year-old granddad who like used to love the show, but now he hates it because it's gotten too woke and everything. He just complains about it on the EastEnders subreddit. So I like to imagine all these comments are like a 70-year-old granddad. Like, oh, Jerry, you want to come up for dinner? Leave me alone, Margaret. I need to comment on the EastEnders.
But and just to get back to it, like Amy standing up to Denzel, who has basically like used her to try and have sex, and that neither of them wanted to do, and then he allowed her to believe that the reason he couldn't get it up was because she has self-harm scars. Like, oh, I'm sorry, is that too far to fucking tear him a new one? I don't fucking know, Chief. I think that's perfectly reasonable to fucking rip him a new one. Like, her fucking... She built herself up, It's a long call away from fucking... It's a long call away from her back in the day when her and Denzel were together. She was struggling. He was helping her through her issues. And she stood up for herself. And then people are like, fucking bitch. It's her fault he's on steroids in the first place. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Anyways, I'm just going to leave that open and continue with this. Isn't the actress that plays a Fanny in her 20s? Yes, she's 23. Oh, fuck's sake.
Jesus.
I'll read it very quickly. Yeah, she's 23 playing a 13-year-old. Bloody mental, especially seeing as Sophie Kane-Lavie Priya is only 11 years older than Leah Avani, and Aaron Tara Ravi is only 7 years older than her. I find it even strange with the fact that Nugget is supposed to be 2 years older than her, him being 15 and her 13. And Julia Radka Chowdhury, Nugget is actually 15 in real life. I don't know why they wouldn't cast someone who's in their teens, at least very least instead of choosing it does play a 13-year-old. Surely there's going to be issues if Gerard has a romantic storyline while still underage. Consent, seeing as most of the other actors that play the kids in EastEnders are a lot closer to their own screen age. Like, what if she has to kiss Ricky Jr., for example? He's a literal child and she's a literal adult. In my opinion, they're going to have to either not give her any romantic storylines or her character aged out, or cast another adult as a kid and have them have a romance storyline. There are only two acceptable options in my eyes.
Or they can just age her up like most soaps do. Like, yeah, sure, it fucks with continuity issues. But at some point in most soaps, they generally go, these guys are 14, but now they're 16 this year, and they're an adult now, and now they get the more adult storylines. I feel like that'll likely happen because I'm pretty sure Avani is supposed to be 13. You're not waiting for like 4 years. You're not waiting for like 3 to 5 years to give her some serious material. You obviously casted a older actress for a reason, so you're likely going to have to speed up the process. And people complain, be like, "Ah, but she's supposed to be 13." Nah. It's like it's a soap, all right. Time, we as much as we can't fuck around with time. At the end of the day, sometimes you need to make allowances because you want to fit something in where it may not necessarily work.
Yeah, he's 19 according to his IMDb page. Famous the other actor who play Amy and Denzel. Just read in another article that Bob Vinder is only 8 years older than the actor who plays Jack. So I feel like I'm being pushed or something now. I need to have oh fuck's sake, I'm just gonna
Too many words.
fuck me, fuck. Oh, there we go. I cringe at her. There we go. I remember Martin Fowler saying the line as if to Asif, and felt that might have been a bit of a stretch for him. Asif? What?
A character name.
Oh, I knew an Asif. I look at every opportunity to say that. Haha. I'd cry, to be honest. Trying to force slang so much is bad, especially Nugget and Denzel. Feels like when the nerdy kid at school tries to pay him with the populace, it doesn't sound right. The only character who uses not too cringe slang and has an accurate MLE accent is Avani. Oh yeah, they
Fuck
must
is
say
What is MLE?
the chore learning accent education. I don't know.
Multicultural London English. Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Oh yeah,
So yeah, like the kind of roadman Londoner. I assume that's what they're going for. I don't even know if roadman's still the word used.
Oh yeah, they must hate some of the stuff they're given. I can't think of any that really think of any standout line. There's probably thousands of them. The hard hitting stuff must be the worst for them to do. Like the storyline with Mark and his HIV. I remember reading how Dame Babs hated him off the scenes because of her dialogue. She had to say John Partridge, Lewis B.W. and Heather Peace must have hated having homophobic.
I think
shit.
that's Christian, Tina, and Eve, I believe.
Must have hated having homophobic shit sprouted their characters' way too.
Yeah,
The
but I think as
intimacy,
much as you say that, you do need to have a, like, you still. I feel like in the angle of if anyone has to tell it to people who have been through the experience, it does lead to more authentic telling, which is obviously in this time you're supposed to educate about homophobia and during the AIDS crisis, trying to explain that as much as it may be like built up to be this like, he's fucking filthy, he is disgusting. You still need to depict these in the most realistic way possible because you're telling real life stories about fictional characters. So yeah, obviously you don't want to do it. I mean, one of the more, I suppose, not so famous examples is the original Mark Fowler actor was supposed to be was supposed to say some racist things to Kelvin Carpenter, but David Scarborough went, "I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like I should do this." And then from that point onwards, he was told to fuck off.
Julius Smith looked at the door, looked at him and went, "No, you and that door have in common. You both open and you both have to leave. Fuck off." Julius Smith seemed like a bitch to work with, honestly. I feel like if you fuck up a line slightly, Julius Smith be like, emphasis on that word, please.
It's all the fucking most control freak. That's how she's viewed. That's not my words, but most artistic people can generally be a bit hands-on and want to protect what they believe is their baby. So, I mean,
when you said artistic, I thought you were going to say most people who are autistic want to protect their baby. And I was going, don't know if she was autistic, mate. I always confuse autistic with artistic. Don't worry about it. But anyways,
what do you mean, don't worry about it? You're the one who made it confusing. I didn't say the confusing thing.
Don't worry about it. The intimacy aspect must be strange too. I'm not sure if they have any intimacy coordinator on set like a lot of shows / movies do now for legal reasons. But I did read an interview where Heather Peace and Balfour Sofel said they choreograph their own scenes because it makes them feel more comfortable. Fair enough. I know Nina Wadia absolutely hates some of the things Shadnam had to say to Saeed and Christian. He couldn't make with
Zainab.
Oh, sorry.
They're not the same.
And Zainab to accept Saeed so she didn't have to be fighting that particular way. They must do sometimes. They're only human, and some of the lines are horrendous. I always think it must be really hard to do the lovey-dovey stuff with your workmate who you've worked for years or even decades. Oh, for sure. Most hit by us at that. When Barbara Windsor had homophobic line with Todd Fowler, interview she gave saying she couldn't believe what she was saying and apologised to her LGBTQ friends. Barbara Windsor, obviously, Barbara Windsor, rest in peace. One thing that comes to mind is Eve recently with a jacket on listening to Black Sabbath. I don't think I've cringed that hard in a while. Yeah, that was awful, and sometimes I feel those scenes are there for no reason at all. The scripts are just awful at the minute. I'm sure all the actors cringe. Remember, maybe James Boy, when he has to mention characters that Martin will be too young to remember. Lou Beale, for example.
Yeah, but you can tell stories. You don't have to know them. To fucking... You can just hear stories about your fucking like nan, and you do repeat them for fuck's sake.
I cringe when Denzel was shouting at Amy, let her alone the actors. I hope so. Yes.
I do like how it always ends on a fine point. Yes. No.
Maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question?
But yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. I did definitely enjoy. Just, I don't know. This video was just fun for other reasons. And yeah, solid. It was a good video. I hope people enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone for watching this video. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And all in all, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to join us in the next one. See you then. Bye bye.